my god, ew. Flies. Um, so this is where we left off. Who's marching forward in a row? It's the Pioneer Squad. Pioneers in a row march to the canteen. Pioneers in a row usually march to the canteen in the Solyanak camp. I was looking for a place where no one would disturb me like what happened before, so I can eat in peace. And for that, I have to at least not be the last one to come. That's what she said. But I was pretty sure whatever happens here, I was pretty sure whatever happens here happens whether I wanted to or not. The canteen was crammed as full as an egg. That's pretty damn full. Olga was standing at the entrance, guarding it like a hawk. Well, Semyon, were you working hard today? Hard enough. Well done. Truly well done. And the hardest is yet to come. I just bet. Fine. Take a seat next to the girls. Ew. She pointed at the table next to the pillar. Slavia, Yelena, and Lena were already sitting there. Not bad company. At least not the worst. I got my meal and went up to them. Okay, now the fly's really dead. Do you mind if I sit here? I caught myself sounding a bit clueless. There were no other free places anyway. No, of course not. Please do. Lena remained silent. Today the meal consisted of a plate. I suspected there was some meat lurking in it, but I had no evidence. Some poultry, chances are chicken dominic, dressed with fried potatoes and traditional glass of compote. I found myself liking their local food more and more. One of us, one of us. So I couldn't resist. I guess I just came to the conclusion that I have no other choice, which means there's no use in complaining. Now you sound like my mom. Thank God there's something to eat. Now you sound like me. Coming to the ball tonight? Oh no. I don't know. Yes, you do. No, I already had arranged with Lisa. He'll come. He's got nowhere to go. Bitch. Yelena said happily. You will come for sure. Of course, I can't miss the opportunity to watch you make a fool of yourself. Doing what? She got it right, so I decided not to reply. And what about you? I asked Lena. Yes, she replied briefly. go too then, said Slavia, as if leaving me no choice. Don't forget to wear your tailcoat. Apparently, Yelena was so pleased with her joke that she laughed out loud. LOL. But I really had nothing to wear. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Still. My wardrobe was just a pioneer uniform, my winter clothes, and my winter clothes, which would be inappropriate even in the evening. And what will you be dressed in, entertainer? Secret. Will it be a little dress just like in kindergarten matinee? Olga turned red. Yelena turned red. Looks like I managed to offend her. Her pigtails are now pointing down. No, I will roll a biohazard suit, just so I don't catch an infection from you. I wonder what kind of infection you're afraid of catching from me. Enough, you guys. Don't quarrel. I'm surprised I could say that word. Idiocy, of course. Looks like Yelena was pleased with her, highly pleased with her, as she thought, brilliant answer again. You know, if you don't only have the flu, you can't catch the cold. Thank God for that. So you can play that game. What are you implying? I just got the joke. Sorry. Oh, nothing at all. I looked away slyly. Do you mean that? She went red again. I don't mean anything. Guys? Given that it was Lena who interfered, it was probably really time to stop. You're asking for it, you're gonna get it. Come at me, you bubblegum bitch. What? You'll finally wise up? Oh my. Oh no. Food fight. I can see it. Instead of replying, Yelena grabbed her plate filled with borscht and tipped it over my head. This game meant an unexpected finale. Oh, you little! She jumped up and tried to run away. But this time she won't get away. I grabbed her hand. What now? I can't just smash her head against the table. This pandemony lasted a few seconds. Suddenly, Yelena skillfully grabbed a glass full of compote and splashed it in my face. That way she managed to get free of my grip. She dashed off towards the counter. Well, my screen is freaking out. And I chased after her. This resulted in several flipped tables, a pile of smashed tableware, 5 fingers crippled with various injuries, and a full exhaustion of whole parties. A draw, sort of. A belligerent draw. With too much belligerence. We stood before each other and breathed heavily. Tell me you won't behave this way again. And you? Olga snuck up on us from behind. When you think about it, such a right couldn't go unnoticed. Well, are you satisfied with yourselves now? She started it. I'm itchy. Back to the game. Her voice appeared to be calm, but I was sure she was about to explode. And who's going to clean up all this mess? I suppose it's going to be me and her. Kind of a breakfast club kind of thing. Exactly what happened? Who? I'm asking you, who? Him! Replied Yolanda with complete confidence. Her! I objected less confidently. Both! The camp leader brought a conclusion to this ongoing argument. Generally, I wasn't sure that my share of the blame was more than hers. Although Yolanda didn't have a drop of guilt on her face. Beat it! I'm not cleaning. Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, old memes. This is his fault. He started it first. No, you did. No, it isn't. Oh, yes, it is. I'm not gonna sort out all that nonsense. Semyon, go grab a mop and a bucket, some cloths. You know that stuff in the closet. And as for you, she looked at Yolanda with such a burning glaze that I felt a bit sorry for the girl. You start to pick up the broken tableware immediately. Olga took a deep breath and continued. You're nothing but trouble. How many times have I told you? I decided to skip that lecture and went to the closet that appeared to be near the exit. Such a perfect idea flashed in my head. Why don't I just run away? Sure, Olga has already caught us, but I'm not the one to blame. Of course I'm not. That true opinion she keeps talking about, but in comparison to Yolanda, anyway, she's the principal culprit. It's not like I have nothing better to do than clean up the mess here. I have to seek answers. The truth is out there somewhere. Hal flashed in my mind. Oh, I'm getting more interactive stuff. Yay! It wasn't my fault to begin with. The solution came out of thin air. While Olga was scolding Yolanda, I stuck to the exit. Thank God it was nearby. Slipping outside, I hesitated for a few moments and ran into electronic. Looks like he was working late. Till late at the club. Where's the fire? Fire? My shuttle is leaving in 10 minutes. Wait. Okay. What? Hey, wait! Electronics words hung in the air behind me. I ran up towards the square. It's definitely not the best place to hide. Indeed, in a state of stress and fatigue, I frequently started talking to myself. Well, not really talking, but rather mumbling under my breath. Helps me to concentrate and find the right solution quickly. Okay, where to next? Where should I go? The best place would be with the least amount of people. Consequently, my way lies in the woods. Ooh, that's pretty. After half a minute later, I was already relaxing, sitting on a stump near the forest trail. That was one hell of a getaway. Hope I'll teach Yolanda to behave. Indeed, she's not a child anymore. Well, sad, but true. Not a child anymore. Now a thought crossed my mind. I might have sort of mishandled the whole situation. She dumped food on you, bro. You didn't mishandle it at all. I first served that broken tableware is because of me. Moreover, one might mention that I didn't have to engage in that mess in the beginning. True, but she deserved it. It got me thinking. How's the weather? Whoa. Slavia stood right behind me. How does she manage to sneak up behind me unnoticed? Thank goodness it's not Olga. Fine. Those are the only words I could manage to squeeze out of myself. I thought I'd find you here. Why? Not sure, it's just... She looked up to the sky. There are a few people around here. Does Slavia really think I have some kind of social phobia? Well, it's social anxiety, but you kind of seem to do. On second thought, she actually has a good reason to think so. What are you doing here? Looking for you. She smiled again, but this time she smiled a bit different. A little friendlier, I guess. Me? Why? Can't you guess? I braced myself and prepared for her lecture. I understand that you're guilty to a lesser degree than Yelena. Now the camp leader's assistant is defending me. I felt even more pathetic. Damn, get serious. We're not playing bad cop, good cop here. But if I grant you that you aren't gonna help her, you can at least help me. Saying that, Slavia looked up to the sky yet again. I wonder what she's looking for up there. What do I need to do? We have to reorganize the books in the library. It's better than disciplinary enslavement together with Yelena. Anyway, it was an offer I couldn't refuse. I'm at your service, mademoiselle, or madame. She laughed. Then follow me, mademoiselle. I have back issues. Okay, I'm gonna sit this way. Okay. Oh, that feels better. In a couple of minutes, we were in the library. All the way, I kept looking around in fear of meeting Olga. It looks like Slavia didn't notice my anxiety. And still, it's quite odd that she hasn't scolded me. If we are going to continue our analogy, Slavia is definitely the good cop. When we went inside, gleaming sunlight streamed through the windows of the library with a myriad of dust particles dancing in the beams. This is special library dust with distinctive smell that you can never confuse with anything else. I know that smell very well. It's a beautiful smell. It's called book dust. These microscopic copies of the moribund collected works of Marxism, Leninism classics. That's interesting. Does the dust near the fiction chest smell similar to the dust near the books on the physics and chemistry? You start with those. You start with those rows. Slavia pointed towards at the bookshelf near Lenin's sculpted head. Okay, but what exactly do I have to do? Just remove the books and put them on the floor. We'll dust them and put them back. By looking at all this dust, reading is hardly the pioneer's favorite activity. Any idea where Xenia might be? Don't know. She probably went somewhere. Strange. It appears there are just two places in the room where one could meet Xenia. The library and canteen. I got into gear. I guess I've never handled so many books at one time in my entire life. There is a typo that just about tripped me up. Anyway, I'm much more used to reading from a computer screen or tablet. You see, I'm not. I'm more of the handheld book kind of person. Fills up a space, and there's just something nostalgic about actually reading a book in your hand. Firstly, there's no need to pay for electronic books, and secondly, you cannot find everything in printed form. Well, got a point there, I guess. How's it going? Asked Slavia, standing on the bookshelves. Behind the bookshelves. That would be a talent, though. It's okay. It's going little by little. Have you read anything about that? About what? Well, about communism. Oh boy. No, I'm kind of more into historical books. And adventures. Same. Me too. Well, historical literature wasn't exactly my favorite, but the classic struggle and the socialism was definitely no match for it. Hey, don't hold a grudge against Lialana. I don't. Indeed, I felt that my ego had mostly recovered from the incident at the canteen. What the hell? Besides, I managed to cleanse myself from the lunch leftovers in a forest lake. It's not like she's doing that all out of spite. Out of spite or not, one should think through one's own actions. Whatever. I kept moving around dozens of books written by people totally unknown to me. I'm gonna forget who they are in a minute, and I'll never get to know what they were writing about. That is the doom of many writers, to become a forsaken set of letters in a hardcover book in a bookshelf in the library of a non-existent pioneer camp's reality. Have you finished? Yeah, I think so. Me too. Okay, let's do it this way. I'll wipe them down and you put them back on the shelves. But I don't remember what order they were placed in. That's okay. Nobody reads them anyway. It looks like she has a smile for every occasion. A couple of times I've noticed clear different shades of emotions in that smile. Joy, happiness, sadness. These shades were so effervescent that I wasn't really sure I'm not imagining things. This time her smile looked a bit slutty. Yeah, probably. At least I won't be at least I won't be reading this stuff. Slavia was wiping the covers down with a damp cloth, and I was putting them back on the shelf. We were a good team. Our job was almost done. Why didn't you take anything from the upper shelves? Upper shelves. I looked up. Sorry, I hadn't noticed them. It's alright. Wait a moment. I'll bring the chair. Even with my rather considerable stature, I won't be able to get them. I sat down the chair and proceeded to remove the shelves and pass them to Slavia. After a while, there were only about a dozen books left at the far end of the shelf. Looked to me like it wouldn't be hard to reach that far. I'd always been the type to take a larger bite rather than biting twice. Taking that bite without moving the chair underneath me became a fatal error. Did I just... Oh! Opening my eyes, I found myself on top of Slavia. Are you... Are you... Are you alive? I got the fright of my life. I'm sorry, that's a funny phrase to me. Even if I'm only 17 now, falling off a train to a girl is something else. I'm fine. Her face was only an inch away from mine. Anything broken? I don't think so. You'd make a rather bad stuntman. No, you'd make a rather bad stuntman, she laughed. You bet. I looked into her eyes, just looked. Wasn't sure what to say. And Slavia either hesitated to or just let me take the lead. At this rate, something might happen. Her lips were close to mine, and natural desire started to awake in my body. But was it right? I had the urge to say no, but I wasn't able to do so. Slavia was just laying in silence, looking straight into the eyes. So all of a sudden, I noticed the bell ringing on the edge of my hearing. Instead of time. Yeah. Shall we go? Or shall we lie here some more? She smiled again, but this time her smile seemed foxy to me, as if she were hinting at something. Let's go. I didn't move an inch. Well, if we're going to, you need to get up first. Obviously. It felt like some invisible force was holding me in place. Slavia seemed to recognize that and carefully slipped up from underneath me. Are you going to stay there? She laughed. At that point, I finally came to my senses and stood up. I'm sorry. That's okay. But we haven't finished it at all. We'll have to clean up the rest later. Yeah, sure. Alright, I'm gonna end here. I'll see you guys next Friday for more of this, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow for art. I love you all. I'll see you guys then. Yeah. Bye.